Want to meet your politicians? Sure. You'll only need over $5,000 to do it. It's been dubbed cash for access, and experts warn that it's a very slippery slope. Whether it be a fundraising dinner or a business expo, it would appear that if you've got the dollars, you get the access. And while both the Coalition and Labor parties do it, they insist that their decisions aren't based on who's paid the most money. Ben, can you separate money from politics, or do they go hand in hand? Is there anything wrong with this?
Oh, well, look, I think everyone's entitled to charge people. I mean, we've got these Cameo devices. We've got different ways in which you can meet your stars. I mean, right here, right now, I've saved money because I've always wanted to meet Melissa Bell. And so I'm doing it right now. And I've saved money because it's happening on the show. But like politicians, like anybody else, I think, are entitled to dip into this. I mean, I'm just scratching my head as to whether there's ever been a politician in my mind that I would like to have met or paid to have met.
It's not so simple with politicians, Ben. It's not so simple because we elect them and we're supposed to have access to them. What we're seeing here is as part of fundraising activities, the money doesn't go to them personally, but they are making money for the party. And what you're paying for is access to have influence. You pay $5,000 a head. You get to talk to Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk, and you get to push your agenda. Whereas someone who lives out in Ipswich doesn't get that kind of access. So is there a fairness?
This has always been happening. I mean, people with money have always had more access to politicians, and then of turn, you know, people with money, especially in America, have power. I mean, that's all. I mean, you just saw that with the bushfires that happened over in Los Angeles in Malibu. You know, people were able, who had money, to buy politicians and buy fireys to put out their fire on their private properties. So money is power. I think it's nothing new here.
Well, that's certainly true. But Robbo, is it right?
I don't. It's tough, isn't it? I don't think you can ever get away with it. But what's annoying is if you're rich, then you get an audience, you know, with these politicians, which means that you're already better than most of the electorate, and I don't think that's fair. You know, one thing, everything else is under scrutiny at the moment. So maybe one thing to do is if you hold one of these massive events, one of these massive fundraising dinners and things like that, then you have to hold a town hall style meeting in Ipswich, on the Gold Coast, you know, in Melbourne, wherever. You've got to then be able to speak to the actual people in the electorate. This is a slippery slope. You pay more and more money to have a conversation with them, and then weirdly, the company that was having the chat with the Premier is then awarded something a little bit later. You know, awarded a certain tender for government work and things like that. Keep it fair is what I'm saying.
It's the Ben, Rob and Robbo, Ben, Rob and Robbo, Ben, Rob and Robbo Show.